What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Project E46. Here is the car sitting in the backyard. You'll notice it's quite dirty. It's actually been sitting for the past 3 months untouched. I've not driven the car or really done anything with it. You can tell it's been sitting because of all the rust built up on the calipers and how generally dirty it is. So let's get caught up on things. At the last drift event, the inaugural JSR Spec Day of Drift, I ran into an issue with the car that caused all of the bolts my differential cover to back out. That obviously caused all the oil in my diff to leak out, and that ruined the seal on the differential cover. Even after I found all the bolts and tightened them back up, the diff was still leaking really bad. So I had to trailer the car home, and I just parked it in the backyard, and it's been 3 months, and the car's been sitting. Life's been in the way. I've not touched the car at all. So today I'm going to drop the differential out of the car so I can reseal it. But first things first, I need to get the car out of the backyard and onto the hard ground so I can put it on jack stands and do that. However, because the car has been sitting for 3 months, I'm a bit afraid to do what's called a dry start, which is basically all the engine oil has gone down to the bottom of the sump and there's definitely no lubrication in the cylinders, and a dry start can cause excess cylinder bore damage or wear. So a quick way to alleviate that is to pull these spark plugs and pour a few drops of oil into each of the cylinders. That way there's some lubrication in there. This is also a good idea simply because I've never inspected the spark plugs on this car, which is probably something I should probably check because I have no idea how old they are or what the condition of them is like. The car doesn't misfire or anything, but who knows how old the plugs are. I'm hoping the car starts. That's also another thing. I've not touched the battery at all. I don't think it has any drains or electrical issues, but you never know when a car has been sitting for 3 months. So I think I have all the tools necessary to pull the plugs. So let's get this thing taken apart and see what we're doing. Alright, so I've never pulled the plugs on this motor before, so we're going to kind of figure out how to do it. I'm going to cut to a time lapse. This is going to take a lot of time to figure it out. Okay, so now the cover is off and the coil packs are exposed. I think those are like a 12 maybe? Oh, they're also 10s. So at least on my car, this is a 328i, so it's an M52 TU engine. The coil packs are all held down with 2 10mm bolts each. So let's take this off. You know, I don't want to jinx myself, but working on this car, I am always surprised how simple everything seems to be. Like, I've done some pretty hard repairs to this car, and this chassis, and things have been time intensive, but things haven't really been that hard, which is, I guess, good. I don't want to jinx them. Alright, so all the bolts holding the coil packs are off. I guess just a matter of seeing how easy it is to pull the coils out. Alright, so it looks like I need to disconnect the harnesses to the ignition coils in order to get them all the way out, because the harnesses are pretty short, so I need to figure out how to unput them. It looks like I could use a flathead screwdriver, but again, I want to be kind of gentle, so I don't want to break it. Oh, yeah. There's a tab right here on top of the coil. You can stick a flathead in and kind of turn it up. The harness slides off like that. Hopefully you can see. I'm going to move the camera a little closer. Can you see that? So, there's a tab right here. Pull this up, this connector up, and you can see how it kind of unlatches as it goes up, and you just pull the harness right out. No real issues to report. I'm actually surprised how easily these are coming out of this little bore, because sometimes these with the rubber coating can be really stuck in there, but these are popping right out. Alright, and number 6. This one also came right out. Again, so all the coils look pretty good, other than a little bit of general wear and tear on the rubber insulation. Let's pull the plugs and see what we got. Alright, now hopefully the internet didn't lie to me. They said that an E46 takes a standard 5/8 spark plug tool, which would be rad, because newer BMW takes a proprietary tool, which is a pain in the butt. So let's see if this works. Alright, so this is the 5/8/16mm spark plug tool, 1/2-inch ratchet with about a foot worth of extension. Let's see how easily the plugs come out. That looks pretty good to me. I mean, maybe the internet mechanics will know better than I, but that looks okay. Ooh, Bosch Platinum. These are nice plugs. This one looks pretty good. Hey, you gone totally off. You tell me if this looks like shit. Let me know. Alright. So all the coils and plugs have been removed. We have access to the cylinder. I'm going to grab a funnel and pour a few drops of oil into each cylinder and then do some reassembly. Alright, so I have some leftover motor oil, a little funnel, and we're going to pour a few drops into each cylinder to make sure that each cylinder wall is lubricated after sitting for months. Some people may find this to be overkill, but it's one of those things where oil is cheap and motors are not. Alright, so I poured a bit of oil into the cylinders to kind of make sure everything's nice and lubricated when we start the car up. Now I'm just going to put some fresh anti-seize on the plugs. That ought to be good. So let's reinstall this into cylinder number 1. Alright, now we're going to rinse and repeat with all the other spark plugs. Okay, so all the plugs are reinstalled. Let's reinstall the coil packs. Alright, not sure if you saw that, but obviously because we poured a bit of oil into cylinders, obviously just combusted out the tailpipes. That was a bit of the blue smoke you saw. But sounds good. Idling smooth. You can see with the exhaust dump that I have on the car, there's still a teeny tiny bit of blue smoke puffing out because the exhaust dumps out like right here. But listen to that. Smooth as silk.